Hey YouTube, it's KYP561. I wanted to come in here today and talk to you all about what I have been watching on the Celebrity Marriage Boot Camp. I think that's what it's called. Um, this is not a show that I normally review, but I do watch it each season because I just like reality shows. But this season they have a couple on there that has been, in the media a lot over the past, I would say maybe year and a half. And I really wanted to come in here and I wanted to speak on it because it bothers me. Okay. So the majority of you may already know because a lot of people have been talking about this particular couple, which is Toya Wright, formerly Toya Carter, when she was married to Lil Wayne, and her husband, MempHitz. Um, the reason that I wanted to come in here and talk about them in particular is because at one point, Toya was kind of being looked at as kind of like this role model for young girls, coming from not necessarily, I don't know if it was ghetto life or what type of life that she came up in as a child, but I know that she came from New Orleans, which we know, that's always not the best um, the best surroundings to grow up in. And we also know that she had a baby really, really young, and she also married really, really young. Okay, and although her marriage to Lil Wayne didn't work out for whatever reason, they still have a relationship to where they are able to come together and raise their daughter. Which, from the looks of things, it does seem that they both have done a really good job in doing so. Even with Lil Wayne and his, I don't want to call the man a crackhead, but we know Lil Wayne got some struggles going on. So I guess during the divorce, Toya kind of wanted to establish her own identity. However, she kind of got a boost in being able to do so because she was still getting financial support from Lil Wayne. She was still like family with Baby and the rest of that entourage or whatever. So once her and Lil Wayne got their divorce, it's not like she was back in the slums. Okay, so anyway, she made good with what it was that she walked away with. I guess whether it was alimony or child support or whatever the case may be. And she wanted to try and start building things on her own to establish her own identity outside of being Lil Wayne's wife slash baby mama. Okay, so at this point, we kind of watched her grow into a woman because once again, she was fairly young when she had Regine, and also fairly young when she got married and divorced. So we saw her. She had a reality show with Tiny, and I think she wrote a book or something like that, and she has I think she has like one of those boutique stores. I don't know if she still has it, but I know she was trying to get something off the ground. So she's been doing various things to establish her own identity as a woman slash mother, whatever. So later on down the line, at that point she kind of established, or like us black people like to do, we like to go find people and make them role models for whatever reason, regardless of if that's what they signing up to be or whatever. But black folks love to make some damn body a role model for their kids when you supposed to be the role model for your own damn kids. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. So a couple of years ago, we saw her and MempHitz start to form a relationship, and it was during her show. I can't remember the name of it, but it had her mom on there and her brothers, and basically showing how she grew up. And the mom was on drugs, and the brother, that's a whole bunch of goddamn kids that's all over the place. Typical reality star family life. I mean, we've seen it with Keisha Cole. We've seen it, we see it with Scrappy. We see it with Jim Jones. We see it. Okay, so that wasn't anything out of the norm. But I just kind of wish that we would just stop letting these TV shows and TV stations exploit us like this. But whatever, child. That's a whole nother something for another day. Anyway, she starts to establish this relationship with MempHitz. Okay, so uh, while the relationship was being established, everything seemed like it was all good. They both seemed to be a normal couple, in love with each other. He had his thing going on because I think he was in A&R or something like that. I believe with Sony, if I'm not mistaken, some record label that he was with. So he was no stranger to the industry or whatever. So they established a relationship and eventually an engagement, and then eventually they ended up getting married. So we witnessed their wedding, on TV or whatever. Everything just seemed to be going so good and so great. Okay. So then here comes Love and Hip Hop with K Michelle. K Michelle, I mean, I knew of K Michelle before she actually got on Love and Hip Hop, but I could say that I was not like a fan of hers or anything. I had heard like a couple of her songs, but I wasn't really into her like that. So when she went to talking about how she had gotten abused or whatever, I didn't know who the fuck she was talking about. I didn't know who she could have been talking about or whatever, but we can leave it to good old social media, and the good old fact checkers and that type of thing to let everybody know what's going on. So we all come to the conclusion that it was MempHitz that she was speaking on. So at that time, everybody started coming out the woodwork, wanting to speak on MempHitz's behalf. Okay, and that's fine. Okay, because we all have friends that's gonna come to our defense when something is going on and we not being looked at in a good light, especially if we think we know these people and we think we know what they are and what they are not capable of doing. So we kind of put the we kind of stick our damn foot in our mouth some damn time instead of minding our goddamn business. Okay, let me just go ahead and say that, because that's what it is. I'm trying to be a little so I can get what I'm trying to get out. So anyway, once that came out, you had, of course, Rashida. She spoke her opinion, told K Michelle to her face that she thought she was lying. You had Tamar. She spoke her opinion. Everybody basically called K Michelle a liar. Okay, including Toya. Now, of all the people that I felt had the right to speak on it, especially publicly, if it was going to be spoken about publicly, it should have been Toya, because that was her husband. Okay. Now, my only issue is, I don't have an issue because Toya supported or stood by her husband, because that's what you're supposed to do as a wife. However, if this was before your time, you cannot say what this man did and what he did not do, because you were not there. Okay? Now, when I say stand by and support your man, of course people are going to be asking you questions when you go to do interviews, when you, get caught out, in public by these reporters or whatever. Of course they're going to ask you questions. Me as a wife, my response will be, I'm going to stand by my husband. Whatever my husband says did or did not happen, that's what I'm going to stand by. Okay, I don't see no problem with that. But when you straight out come out and say, oh, she lying, he didn't do that to her, this and that and that and the other, you opening yourself up for all type of ridicule and all type of, name calling and, shaming and every damn thing that Toya is going through right now. That's what you open yourself up to. Now, when it came out that K Michelle, in fact, was telling the truth, now you got people that want to tuck their damn tail and, run off like, oh, now you don't want to have nothing to do with it. No. Keep on talking. Keep on, advocating for your friend. You know what I'm saying? Keep on. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we learned that Toya and MempHitz are separating. We learned that MempHitz was pissed off with Toya because Toya did not want to come on Love and Hip Hop to give MempHitz the opportunity to defend himself against these accusations. I don't blame Toya for not wanting to come on Love and Hip Hop, because Love and Hip Hop is not a show for someone to come on to be deemed in a good light. So Toya gets a point from me for that, because I was like, bitch, I wouldn't have went on that shit neither. Now, if you want to go on the show, you can go on it all damn day long, but I'm not going on there to be with that bullshit. Okay. So I don't know if it was a all for nothing type deal to where if Toya and MempHitz wouldn't come on there together, that they wouldn't take MempHitz by himself. And if that is the case, that should have showed you that it was some bullshit behind them wanting you to be on that show. They was just doing that shit for ratings. If they were requiring Toya to be a part of that, because you really don't need Toya to defend to be on there to back up anything or any of these allegations, because this was before Toya's time. And then again, K. Michelle never said MempHitz's name. Now, my opinion is MempHitz just wanted to come on that damn show so he can get some exposure, because and from what I see from him, and I did not see this in the beginning, what I see from him is he's just an attention whore. He's an attention whore, and anywhere that he can get some attention, he's going to get it. So anyway, we learned that they were getting they were separated because, you know, he was saying, he basically blaming her for his failed career. Okay, because he felt like she wasn't supportive. Okay, he's saying that he stood by her and everything that she wanted to do, but he didn't feel like she did the same for him. Me personally, looking at it now that I've been watching this celebrity marriage boot camp shit, MempHitz didn't marry Toya because he loved Toya. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't love her, but I'm damn sure they're saying that that ain't why he married her. This man married Toya, in my opinion, because of who she was, and he thought that she would be able to catapult him in some type of way. Now, that does sound a little strange to say, because Toya ain't no damn record producer. She's not a rapper herself. Like, she can't put this man on in any type of way. But Toya is respected to a certain degree because of who she was married to. Okay? So I feel like that was MempHitz's main purpose for marrying her. So now let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. We done seen MempHitz basically just showing his ass, doing all type of shit, posting all type of dumbass videos and pictures and shit on Facebook while he's married still. Okay, just being disrespectful. Okay. He called himself wanting to be a photographer and talking about he was taking some naked pictures or some shit or whatever. Then he called himself trying to put out a reality show about some mistresses in Atlanta, some old type of dumbass shit. You know, it's like he just reaching. Anything that he thinks is going to put him on, he's reaching. And MempHitz, we don't want to see none of that shit, okay? They went on another show a couple of years ago. Maybe, I think it was like last year. I forgot the name of it because apparently it didn't last long. I don't even know if it made it a full season. But him and Toya, they were the first. They opened up the premiere of this show. I can't remember the name of it. So during this show, we learned that Toya gave MempHitz a pass. Now, I was sitting around looking like, what the fuck is a pass? And a pass to do what? Okay. So apparently this pass was for him to do whatever he wanted to do for a certain amount of time or once a year or some old dumbass shit. And I said to myself right then, Toya, you was a weak bitch. Okay. They bought apparently on this show, this show that she was on, where she told us that she gave him this pass or whatever. I learned that MempHitz is basically a fraud. Okay, this nigga had all these watches and all this jewelry. This nigga thinking he got all this exclusive shit. He brought no white folks in there to appraise his shit, because I guess they were trying to figure out what Toya was gonna keep versus what he was gonna keep or whatever. Child, them people told MempHitz, honey, all this shit, you might as well just throw all this shit in the bag and just drop this shit off at the nearest corner store, flea market or some shit, because these motherfucking watches and jewelry and shit ain't worth a damn. Okay, so you got Toya running around here with these big ass rings and this big ass engagement ring and this and this that. Child, that shit wasn't worth half of a goddamn thing. So they had a couple cars and shit, you know, and at this point now MempHitz is just petty basically, because he wants to take the car that Toya drives every day, knowing this nigga never drove this car. Now all of a sudden he wants it. You know, just doing little petty shit like that. And I'm like, damn, man. You know, you seem to be a little bitch made. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, that was that. So now we're going to fast forward. We still seeing them in the media, you know, mainly him in the media doing dumb shit, just grasping for attention once again. Now the whole time, you know, she kind of trying to fall back. So now we roll on here to this celebrity marriage boot camp shit. He on here just totally fucking disrespectful, okay? He's talking to her any kind of way, you know, basically telling everybody how she's boring in bed, and he likes to have threesomes, and she's like, you know, a grandma in the bedroom, and she don't know her place. She need to mind her business and let him do what he want to do, and all of this shit. Now my question is, when the fuck did this shit start? Because it ain't just start recently. This nigga been talking to you crazy, Toya. Now, I don't believe he's ever put his hands on you to the capacity where it went with him and K. Michelle. But you done seen this nigga true face. You done seen this nigga's true face. Now, why the fuck you still married to this man, still dragging this shit on? I don't know. Because if you was so quick to divorce Lil Wayne, talking about what you was and what you was not going to stand for, what the fuck could Lil Wayne have been doing that's worse than what the fuck you going through right now? So, it's like every little thing that Toya says sets this nigga off. He talking about, you need to stay in your place, little girl. You don't tell me what to do. Just talking fucking crazy. And she just sitting there looking like this nigga ain't even talking to her. You know. Now, I'm not saying be like old girl sitting next to you British, because that bitch goes off. And British, you going off for nothing. Okay? If you know your man is a cheater, if you know your man is a liar, what's the point in you keep rah about if you going to continue to stay there? If you going to continue to stay there, knowing the shit that you know, you just need to shut the fuck up. Okay? But this video ain't about you, British, okay? Let me get back to Toya. Toya, how could you sit there and let a man publicly humiliate you the way that he's done just on the last, 3 episodes? Because I think they're only like 3, maybe 4 episodes in. And this man done threw shit. This man done knocked water off and told you to clean that shit up like you a motherfucking maid or some shit. And you talking about, oh, he could just stay over there on his side. Stay over there on his side? Like, I'm not understanding what's going on here. You know? And the reason that I say you a weak bitch is because you don't have no voice when it comes to him. And that's what leads me to believe that he done shook your ass a couple of times. I don't think he done beat your ass, but I think that nigga done hemmed your ass up a couple of times. Because I noticed when he flicked that plate, you jumped. Now, had that bitch would have flicked that plate at me, I would have jumped all right. I'd have jumped right on his ass. So now y'all want us to believe that was his first time ever talking to you like that. That's some bullshit. Because when it's their first time doing it, see, they do little shit to edge up to the big shit first. You know, they might start off with telling you to shut up. Let me tell you, I don't know if I told you this, but my husband told me to shut up one time, and I went fucking crazy. You would have thought he called me all type of bitches and hoes. I went the fuck off. Shut up. Bitch, who and the fuck are you talking to? You know, I don't talk to my husband crazy. My husband's really laid back or whatever. And I don't know, I was going off about something, child. And I guess he just got tired of me. And that bitch said, why don't you just shut up? Bitch, I went fucking nuts. Okay? I went nuts. Okay? This is before we got married. But, you know, I'm just saying. It starts off real small. It starts off with a shut up. And then it goes to a shut the fuck up. We ain't never get there, because bitch, I went so crazy about that motherfucking shut up till we ain't never even we didn't even visit the possibility of a shut the fuck up. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's not that man first time talking to you like that. That ain't his first time. That ain't his damn second time. You know. But once again, it's like you're so weak because even when he went in there with it after he talking about I'm so sorry, whatever, you talking about you hurt my feelings. So it's almost like you a child. You know what I'm saying? Like what is Regine supposed to think about this? Because I know you won't want no man treating your daughter like that. I don't think Lil Wayne gonna stand for it. But you as the mama, you have to set an example. Just like I said in one of my previous videos, we have to set the example. If we have children in our house and we let them see that type of shit going on to where a nigga talking to you crazy, you know, telling you to shut up and calling you a little girl, bitch. How the fuck am I a little girl, bitch? I'm your wife and I have a motherfucking child that's damn near an adult because I think she's 18 now. You know, so what little girl are you talking to? You know, and then he just acts like it's a burden for him to be married. So once again, why the fuck did you get married? And when did this threesome shit come about? That shit ain't new. So Toya, if you fucking with a man that likes to have threesomes, and if you're not into threesomes, why the fuck did you marry a motherfucker that likes threesomes? And then for you to sit here and say that you gave him a pass, but then you got your ass up on here talking about, oh, but he didn't use it. Well, he shot your ass, gave your ass the business when he told you yes and the fuck he did. But you haven't even revisited that. You still sitting up in here, you know, trailing behind him and all this type of bullshit. And if this is fake, you may as well have went on the goddamn Love and Hip Hop then. I'm real disappointed in you, Toya. You know, I mean, I didn't look at you as no damn role model because I'm a grown-ass woman and I know how to handle my shit. But I'm just saying, there were some people that were looking up to you and they probably are still looking at you. And it's like, is this what you're supposed to do? Are you supposed to accept a man talking to you this way? And you still trying to do all you can to make a relationship work with a nigga that just don't give a fuck? Because that man don't give a fuck. He don't care. So why the fuck you still holding on to him? I don't know. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. You know, like I said, I don't feel sorry for Toya. I don't feel sorry for Toya because for one, you can't never put your mouth on somebody and say what happened and what did not happen because now you're getting a taste of what she got a taste of. It ain't got to that point yet, but I see it building. And from his attitude that he's displaying and the way that he talks to you or whatever, yeah, I could see him beating the shit out of K. Michelle. Because see, you and K. Michelle is two different motherfuckers. That nigga was probably thinking he was gonna talk to K. Michelle the way that he talked to you, and K. Michelle was a bitch like me. Okay. I don't think that I know for a fact I'm not as much as K. Michelle, but I'm not gonna take no shit from nobody. You know, I'm not gonna take no shit from nobody. I don't have no problem with letting you be the man. And he keeps saying Toya thinks that she's the man in the relationship. How? How when she's so docile around you? So you just don't want a bitch to say nothing to you. You don't want nobody to say shit. Just let you just do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do. Well, once again, sir, what was your motive for getting married? Because I don't see Toya as being overbearing and trying to be your mama. I see her trying to tell you when you doing some dumbass shit or when you embarrassing yourself or when you embarrassing her. I can see that. So is that why you get mad and start going off or whatever because you just don't want a bitch to tell you what to do? See, a nigga like you don't need no woman. You need to be by your motherfucking self. So yeah, Toya, I'm gonna need you to get your life, honey. I don't know what you got going on, but I'm gonna need you to get it together because this man making you look bad. This man ain't making you look bad. You're looking bad on your own. So I hope y'all get whatever y'all need out of this celebrity boot camp shit. I like some of the exercises that they have them to do, but I just think that the couples that are on there it's just bullshit. But I like the show. I like some of the exercises that they have them to do. I can see where it is that they're trying to go with it. They got my girl Judge Lynn Toler on there, and I completely love her, honey. I am a Lynn Toler fan. Okay, so yeah, she get their asses together too. She don't go in like I think she be wanting to for the sake of the show on TV, you know, that type of thing. But she get her ass to business to a certain extent. So that's all I wanted to come in here and talk to you all about today. But yeah, Toya, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to do better because you looking bad in my eyes. Not only my eyes, you looking bad in quite a few motherfuckers' eyes, you know. But yeah, get that shit together. You got a daughter watching. All right, y'all. Till next time. Peace out.